Grizzly Auto Detailing is a mobile auto detailing company. We have ceramic coating and regular detailing services available to customers all around the country. iFranchise Group was instrumental in setting up our franchise system. From the very first time we interfaced with iFranchise, they were not pushy. They understood our business concept, and they were able to pair us with a consultant and a series of consultants that really understood the service side of franchising. From the strategy review to the operations manual development, iFranchise was able to provide us with valuable input in structuring our system so that it would create value at launch from a sales perspective, bringing in franchisees, but also from a royalty perspective once we kind of got a number of sales moving in our system. We decided to franchise our business when we scaled to a point that it just didn't make sense for us to individually manage it anymore. We needed invested owner operators if we wanted to continue to provide that quality of service at a larger scale. We did a little bit of research, and it became apparent very quickly that iFranchise was one of the most reputable consultancies in the industry and that they have a huge success rate. So that's why we decided that iFranchise would be the right fit for Grizzly, and we haven't looked back since. One of the key things that's important with a franchise system, I think in general, but also when you're looking at a service industry, is what is the business valuation? What is its ability to one day become acquired? And iFranchise built our system in a way that was focused on increasing that business valuation long term, and we're really seeing the results of that. In our first year, we were able to sell and open, I should say, 13 franchises. With over 30 territories sold. So within the next 2 years, those territories will be opening. Our fast growth has a lot to do with the structure of our franchise disclosure document and the way that we created our agreement. We're an affordable model. We are semi-absentee friendly, which was based exclusively on the recommendation of iFranchise. They said, how can you design your system so that people who just want to invest or be more passive owners can be involved. And because we're a mobile-based platform that doesn't require a physical location, which was another recommendation from iFranchise. iFranchise even flew consultants out to us and spent time training us on how to develop a sales pipeline and process and enable us to see that quick traction, that quick processing of interested clients who wanted to become franchisees. One of the biggest benefits of working with iFranchise was the ongoing relationship in our first year of operations. We reached out to them on a number of occasions just to get advice about what we were doing with our franchise system, but also the franchise space in general. When we first met iFranchise, they were not pushy, they were not salespeople. They simply showed us what they can produce, and they showed us examples of what they've produced previously, much like this testimonial here is doing. And I'll tell you, you're going to hear a lot of success stories coming out of them, and there's a good reason for that. There is a lot of successes that iFranchise is involved in, and I'm proud to say that we are one of them. We believed what they had to say, and it turned out great. The value that iFranchise is giving you is not just in providing you an operations manual and a franchise disclosure document and agreement and assisting you with that process. iFranchise's value is the network they're connecting you into and the consultants that you're working with. There's a depth of experience that we could find nowhere else in the franchise industry working with iFranchise. Their consultants were consistently the most level-headed and intelligent people that we spoke with in the industry, and we consistently relied upon them in our first year. There's a lot of franchise consulting companies you can choose from whenever you decide to franchise your business. iFranchise is not the cheapest option out there, but there's good reason for that. The services that they're providing are top-notch and are not just to get you by. They're to make you thrive and succeed. iFranchise paired us with expert consultants in every aspect of franchising. Never once did we feel like we didn't know where to go or what the next step was when working with iFranchise. iFranchise didn't push us to just be the most efficient, profit-producing franchise system out there. They took our values in our current system and said, hey, how can we turn this into something that aligns with your corporate social responsibility goals? And for us, that's hiring 50% veterans in our corporate staff. And they aligned that in our pro forma, in our operations manual, and everything that we developed with iFranchise. They took our considerations seriously and said, hey, we think we can still make this an extremely powerful brand for you. Everything with iFranchise, from the pro forma numbers that they posited for us, to the number of franchise sales that we should expect to see in the first year, to the royalty value, the amount of royalty that we should be charging, all ended up being more conservative or in line with what we needed. Never once did we feel like we were oversold with iFranchise. And that's key because we based a lot of future business success and decisions on the forecasts that iFranchise was making for us. I'm very proud to say that thanks to iFranchise's help, just after the first year of selling franchises and operating franchises, we've been able to achieve royalty sustainability in our model, which is huge for our long-term success and ability to continue to scale our business. iFranchise has a variety of professionals from a series of backgrounds. Whether you're a quick service restaurant, a home service company, professional services company, pet services, you name it, iFranchise has somebody who's been there and done that and is able to provide you insight as to how your industry can best be tailored for your business model. Choosing iFranchise was one of the best decisions we ever made as a business. My business partners and I frequently look back and say, choosing the franchise was paramount to our continued success, but pairing with iFranchise was the single best decision that led us to rapid success in the franchise space.